Today's homework. Okay, let's review. These will be, you know these. Um, we did in every class, so basically on these questions, this one didn't get numbered. If it didn't get numbered, it's by 1. Anytime there isn't any number, use 1s, okay? And same thing goes to this graph. So I don't like to write every single one. We know 0, and just do that too. That's easier anyways. We skip the odd numbers. We only write the even, right? Skip every other one. Okay. Basically, these are hard to teach because everyone's line of best fit is different. So if you know how to find slope and use point slope, you should do fine based on your graph. But if you still don't know how to do it, you try to draw your line of best fit. The line of best fit needs to be in between all those dots. It can touch the dots if you want. So if, let's say in between you want to touch one of the dots like that, that's fine. But it needs to be in between most of the dots. So we can make our own line here. Well, we can make our own dots. We can use 1. I wouldn't use 1 because it's not a good one to use. Let me see if this works. Try this again. See if it works this time around. Okay. Okay. So 1 is not a good number to use. There's plenty others to use. Let's say 2. 2, yeah, I can use 2 in this one. So I can make a dot there. So I can use 2 and 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. 2 and 44. X sub 1, Y sub 1. And then next, another one is 3 is a good one too. 3 is this one here. 3 is X sub 2, Y sub 2. And 41. Okay, so find slope first. Whatever point you use, find slope first. M is equal to Y sub 2 minus Y sub 1 over X sub 2 minus X sub 1. So you use 40 to 1 minus 44. 41 minus 44, I get 2. 3. And then 3 minus 2, which is 1. This is a negative 3. 41 minus 44 is a negative 3. So my slope is a negative 3. Then you use point slope. Y minus Y sub 1 equals to M parentheses X minus X sub 1, right? And Y minus Y sub 1 is 44. M is negative 3. X minus X sub 1 is 2. Y minus 44 equals negative 3x plus 6. Okay, add 44, add 44. Yeah, get 50. Hey, it's close to 50. You see your y-intercept. So your line is probably right. Negative 3x plus 50. Y equals to that. Same thing here. You draw your line of best fit. And in class I said to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I wouldn't use 2 because 2 is a decimal unless I had to, which it looks like I may. I will use 2 and this middle number. That's a better one. 2 and a middle number. This is 35. It's close to the bottom. We'll estimate 37, okay? Oh, 4 kind of meets in the corner right there. So 4 will work. 4 and 45. 4 and 45. If you don't, or you can say that is below. If you look at this dot, it's not oops, sorry. It's not quite on that line, so we can say 30. 9, no, 45 is here, 44. We can say 44, 4 and 44. We estimate it, right? So this is your x sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. You find your slope. Okay, I'm going to m equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1, x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Now y sub 2 is 44 minus 37. That is 7 over 4 minus 2, which is 2. Your slope is 7 over 2. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm not going to make it 3.5. You can use 3.5 if you want, but this is two whole numbers. I don't have to. Most of the time it's best to use the fraction. Then point slope, y minus y sub 1, which is 37, equals m, which is 7 over 2, times x minus 2. So you distribute first, you get 7 over 2x, distribute, use your calculator, you should get 7. Add 37, you get y equals to 7 over 2x plus 30. And yep, look, y-intercept is at 30. And it says 30 here. Hey! Yep. Thank you. Next one is draw your line of best fit. Again, your line of best fit does not have to touch any dots. Just include most of the dots. Okay, somewhere in between. No, so touch none of them here. So if you didn't get this one, this says no solution. No solution. The slope has to be the same, and the y-intercept, the slope I copied from here, it's the same. The y-intercept is different. Okay. Here you do equation. Oh, 2 looks good. My 2 goes up to 15. 2 and 15. Let's see, 4 is not 6. If I go 6 close enough, not that close. Oh, 7 works perfect for me here. Okay, 7 and 11. X sub 1, y sub 1, x sub 2, y sub 2. Okay, so you do slope first. y2 minus y1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. y2 is 11 minus 15. That's a negative 4. 7 minus 2. That is 5. So your slope is negative 4 over 5. Point slope. Point slope is y minus y sub 1 equals to m parentheses x minus x sub 1. Okay, so y minus y sub 1, which is 15, equals to m. M is your slope, which is negative 4 over 5, parentheses, x minus x sub 1, which is 2. Okay, distribute, you get negative 4 over 5x. Distribute, you get 8, positive 8, because 2 negative. It's 8 over 5, which is 8 over 5 divided 2. You get 4 divided by 5 times 2. 1.6 plus 1.6. Y minus 15, add 15 to both sides. Get y equals negative 4 over 5x plus 16.6. 16.6 is my y-intercept. Hey, look at that. That looks close to 16.6. 17 is right here. So, okay, we want to make one solution. One solution is this has to be different. The slope has to be different. slope is different. Okay, so I don't have to use -4/5. I can use y equals to 10x. It's different than that. Plus 16 doesn't matter. This y-intercept doesn't matter, so plus 6. Okay, basically the slope has to be different to be one solution. Okay, write an equation of this line. Let's see. Yep, that's a good one. Okay. Can't use 8. 8's not in right there. So I'll use 6. 6. This is almost in the middle there. 6 and 2.5. 4. 4's in the middle. 4 and 4.5. x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so to slope first. M equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So you subtract the y's. 2.5 minus 4.5 is 2 over 6 minus, this is a negative. 6 minus 4 is 2, so it's -1. So y sub 2, y minus y1 equals to m parentheses x minus x1. Y minus y1, y1 is 4.5, m is -1, x minus 4, distribute, it's -1, right? So -1x plus 4. Get 8.5 as the y-intercept. And the second one, same thing. Oh, we want infinite solution. Infinite solution, same thing. Slope and y-intercept are the same. That's how you explain it. Okay, I'm going to choose that one, 6 and 5. 8 and 7. And then you do the rest the same, and this would be infinite solution, same as that one, okay? So what, okay, for those of you who don't know what you're doing, y sub 2 minus y sub 1, x sub 2 minus x sub 1. This is x1, y1, x2, y2. So you subtract 7 minus 5 is 2, and 8 minus 6. And then you use point slope. Y minus y sub 1 equals to m parentheses x minus x sub 1. Y minus y sub 1 is 5 equals to m. M is 1. X minus 6, so 1x minus 6. Y minus 5, add 5. Y equals to 1x minus 1. And infinite solution, everything's the same. Nothing's different. Same slope, same slope, and same y-intercept. Okay, most class I finished this too, so if your class was not one of them, so this is the two most students know. This we had to do Pythagorean theorem because D is missing. So we had to do Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared. This one, we got diameters here, so nothing is missing, so we didn't do Pythagorean theorem, okay? So let's go ahead and look at this. Cost of marching band to run a car wash fundraiser is $20 to use the parking lot and $105 towards towels and 75 cents per car. Per means times x, x is the numbers car. And y then is the amount in dollars. The marching band plans to sell. Okay, the marching band plans to sell to make money. That's income. This is cost. And income is y equals 7x times x. Thank you. Break-even point, you need to use substitution because they're both in slope-intercept form. So 7x equals 2. I would combine these ahead of time to make 125 plus 0.75x. So 125 plus 0.75x, subtract 0.75 x, you get 6.25 equals to 125, divide 6.25 to both sides, you get x equals to 20. 20 is number cars, 20 cars. Okay, so 20 cars, how much are they going to make? Or the income and then cost. Okay, so it's going to cost them, cost is income, not cost. You're going to use the income line, 7x. Put 20 in there. Cost, income, you're going to make 140. Also going to cost you 140. So what does it mean? At 20 cars, it will cost them $140, and they make $140. So zero profit is basically what we want, zero profit. That's where we're at. Okay, so last question. Most of you know how to do this, so multiply this by the 4,000 calories. Okay, and divide by these calories here. After you get the answer though. You get here, and then after you get the answer, you divide by 120, get the answer, make sure you multiply by 12 boys in 2 days. The students already know how to do this, so I'm not going to do all this. I expect you to know how to do your own. So 2 days. So basically you get times 10, 12 boys here, so you get the answers. Let's say 2, then times 12 here. Okay, it makes 24 times 2 gets 48. So do the same for all the 3 items, and then that should tell you how much item the coach needs to buy, okay?